Hey everybody, The Great Escape here, and welcome to another episode on our Life Aquatic Minecraft world. And I know it's been a little while since I've been on the server, or not server, on this world, or uploaded video. It has been a crazy couple weeks due to work and different other things that have come up, but we are back today. And I thought that in today's episode, I've got a lot of projects that are kind of in the works, and I want to take stock of all the things that I'm kind of pulling together and working on, so we can kind of get a sense of what will be happening over the next couple weeks on the server. Now, in my last episode, I kind of continued to build on my large base, and that will definitely be one of those major projects that we'll look at today. And then there's a couple other things that we're going to highlight. So I think we'll start the episode today with kind of like a progress update on some of our major projects and some upcoming projects that I have in mind. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's get right to it. All right, so first up is the mega build of the base. And as you can see, I have finalized the bottom portion of all four sides of the base as I fly around here. Now I still have some like decorative elements like the iron trapdoors and things, which are super expensive, as well as the edges here, which I still have to kind of finalize the design for. But all four of these are completed. So let me zoom off this way and spin around. So this is kind of what we're going for. Now I've also gone through and added the white concrete going all the way up on all four sides, so you can get a sense of the height and also kind of the basic design of what this will look like when it's all put together. It's kind of, I don't know, it gives me like a Mount Fuji vibe, which I think is pretty cool. But that's kind of the elements there. And then on this side, I have finished up taking this all the way up to the top. Now, there's going to be kind of some stuff up here once it's all completed that I'm going to add. But for now, that's kind of what it looks like in each of those sections. So one of the major projects, of course, over the course of the next few episodes will be to kind of build this. What I think I'll probably do is just do a little bit of progress each episode and try to get most of this constructed. I do have, let me see what my resource, whoops, I meant to pull up a little bit sooner. Let me see what our resources are looking like. So if I come over here, nope. So I've got, a lot of cyan concrete, glass for the things, and then a bunch of white concrete, which I have taken the time to actually turn into concrete and not the concrete powder, cyan stained glass, and then gray concrete powder for the top. And I think, let me see, is it right here? Yeah, so I've got all of this sand, all of this white concrete powder that I've already made, and all this gravel and sand here. So I've got a lot of resources that I can start using to put, that should be closed, all of this together and finish and finalize everything on this end. So project number one is finishing up the main base here so I can start working on the interior and getting all of my farms and storage systems and everything in place. And so that is definitely project number one. So let's zoom off to project number two. All right, so off in this direction from the main base, which is back there, is my guardian farm. And I haven't made tons of progress since the last time I was over here. You can still see I've got kind of it all lined off so I can put the sand in, but all the sand is going into that massive construction over there, so this will take a little bit of while. But down here, let's see if I pause. I think I've got enough in this chest. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of my system. So instead of trying to do it all at once, I'm going to do it section by section. As you can already see, I've started here. And so line by line, section by section, I'm going to be taking that out. And I've completed the first kind of run all the way down from one end of the farm to the other. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more to go. So I'm 1/12 of the way through. Now, obviously, it'll go a little bit faster when I get into the middle and different things like that. But this is also another project that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of resources and just whatever. So so here's kind of project number 2, and then once we're done with this, I'll be building the Guardian Farm design that I've highlighted and designed on my channel. Oh, that's cool, you can see it from here. So that I'll be able to get some passive drops as well as an experience thing, so I can repair all of my tools, which are almost fully mending. I've still got to get it on a shovel and my sword. But that's kind of where we're at with this. And what I'm thinking is, I've never done any kind of live streaming or anything like that, but I am thinking that, maybe every couple weeks I could do a live streaming session that would cover something like the Guardian Farm project, or the next project, which I'm going to show you, which is off in this direction, which would be another one that would be good for something like live streaming. So if you're interested in seeing some live streams or watching me dig giant holes or fill in giant spaces of water, please let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. So let's zoom off over here to our 3rd major project. All right, so we're flying in on project number 3, which is not very far away from the main base, about as far as the Guardian Farm is. You can see there's something that I've kind of separated off here and put together. And this was a very lucky find. So I kind of realized that as I'm starting to get into some more advanced kind of redstone things on this world, I'm going to need slime. So I started doing some hunting to see if there was a nearby slime chunk that I could build a slime farm on. And not only did I find a slime chunk, but I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slime chunks, literally. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 slime chunks, all connected right here like this. So I have started the process of digging it out, and you can see I've gone down, let's say, I don't have a map on me, but maybe 15 or 20 blocks, and I've got to get it down to around y equals 20 or so. So I've got about, I don't know, 25, 30 levels to go to dig all this out. So another huge project is digging out all this space and getting everything together and designing and building a slime farm that works for me on this world, so that I can get all those slime balls and things that I'm going to need. And then I've already got kind of storage over here for all of the items that I'm going to be getting out of there. Oh, hey guys. Nice, including like the stone, the granite, the diorite, the dirt, any of the precious objects and things like that. And so I'm going to be doing some research on the best slime locations. I have designed my own slime farm before, so I can use that design. But with something so massive and large, I have to kind of figure out what would be the best and most effective here. So that's another major project that we're working on. And so, kind of thinking about this one might be another one for a live stream or things like that. All right, so those are 3 major projects that I have underway already. Obviously encompassing this is building storage systems and farms and things like that. But just a couple other things that I've got on the radar. I've got a dual spawner, I think spiders and zombies off in that direction that I've discovered. I'm still looking for a skeleton spawner because I need bones for farms and things, for the bone mill, as well as for the white concrete. And so there's a lot of different projects that I'm kind of working on, and I definitely want to get your input on what kind of projects that you'd like me to see me dedicate my time to. So if you like the base building stuff, I can definitely put in build episodes around building up the base and designing it and making sure everything looks right and beautiful here. If you like the ones where I design farms, I can definitely put in some time on redesigning these farms so that they're less manual and more automatic, or different things. But what's going to make this channel the most interesting, because obviously I'm making all this content for you guys, and thank you so much for all the support and all of that, and I'd love to get your feedback on these things. So today, what I thought we would do is just kind of take a little stab at each of these and see if we can accomplish some of the goals that we have set for these projects and move things along as kind of like a little progress update, as we're moving forward. So let's go ahead and get some materials and start building up our base. Alright, so we're over here on this side of the base. So that's, as I said, like these two sides here are going to be exactly the same. And then that side over there and this side are going to be slightly different from the other two. And I have to kind of make a final decision. So instead of kind of having the white concrete alternate like this, it's going to kind of change up, but I have to figure out where I want the glass to be. Do I want it even with the white concrete, or do I want it behind the white concrete? Let's see. So let me go ahead and run that across like this. So that'd be even. Come over here. I don't hate the way that looks, but it does get rid of some of the depth that we have in these other sections. Alright, so let me, on this side over here, let me put it one behind and see if that looks any better. I have to... Let's see. Oops. How does that look? See, I'm not quite sure. So much easier on creative, on creative mode, because you could just kind of zoom off and see what works best. But let's see, I kind of like that it's offset versus in line. Now, let me build up another layer and see, and see if that looks better. So if I come up here, it would be boom, 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 like that. I don't want to build it all up and then have to tear it all out because I don't like the way it looks. Alright, but this is going to come across like this. Like so. Let me sleep really quick so I can get a look at this in the daylight. Just looking at it from this angle. That definitely looks cleaner on the inside than this, because I feel like the glass will just be kind of floating there and it'll look weird. Alright, so let me go ahead and build it up with it... Oh. I don't know where that other one went. Over here. Let me go ahead and build it up with the glass in line with it, and we'll see what that kind of looks like. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I have finished putting in the glass and the white concrete on this side, and part of the gray concrete in the cyan, but I ran out of the gray concrete. So we're going to swing around here and see what this looks like. Bam, there we go. So as you can see, that design is going to go all the way up like that, but this is what this side looks like. So it's a little bit different than what I keep calling the front, although I guess it's not really the front, but it's a little bit different. And I like the differentiation between the two. I think it kind of breaks it up a little bit. It doesn't make them too exactly the same, but I kind of really enjoy that. Now, a couple things I have to still figure out about this side is the lighting. Where's the lighting going to go? And I did finally decide to put the glass all on the same level, and I think it actually looks pretty good. I tried it a little bit with the glass set one back, but from the other side it looked really weird, so this kind of kept it, or from the inside it looked weird, so this kind of kept it cool. So still on this side I've got to put the cyan going all the way up. I've got to get some more gray and finish out that and put this one in over here. and then I've got that bar of cyan there and a bar of cyan there, and then we will have two sides of this completely done, minus some of the minor decorations like the iron trap doors and things like that, but it is coming together. So let's zoom out this way and see. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool. So we're looking pretty good. Now, next kind of on my plate, I think, now that I've got those two sides done, I want to try to finalize the design for this down here, which seems like a lot to try to figure out. But while I've got some of the resources necessary to make that happen, I think I'm going to try to give it a shot. So let me start kind of messing around with some designs and see what I can come up with, and I'll check in with you guys in just a little bit. So after a lot of consternation and placing blocks and taking up blocks and placing more blocks and taking up more blocks and fighting and killing drowned and everything else, I haven't accomplished very much, but I did kind of map out what I think this will kind of look like. So this is already in place, and so now that comes across there, and I put this little jut out here because I realized, like, I mean, I think I'm going to need like an entrance into the base, right? So I think that this right here could be one of the entrances, and then have another one right there, and then two on that side, two on that side, like have several entrances in, but then that's going to cut back across like that, and it's actually going to go a little bit to where the cactus farm is, so that's going to have to come up next. And then it'll go back as far as it meets up with this. So then from there, it'll shoot up and it'll connect with this wall here. And then it's going to do the exact same thing on this side, and it'll meet there. So we're going to get kind of like this like triangular support thing that goes up like that. And then in the middle, there's going to be kind of this open space right there. And I've got kind of a really cool idea, I think, for how to fill that space in and make it look really nice, and also tie in maybe some of the other elements from up here so that it all looks together. But I'm running a little low on supplies, and I do have enough supplies to make some more, but I've been looking at white concrete and placing white concrete and glass and everything else for at least a few hours now, and I think my eyes are going cross-eyed. So I'm going to leave this for right now, and hopefully in the next episode maybe fill in these last two bits, and then eventually start putting in some time onto these edges and finalizing them and doing all that. But if I don't have to look at another piece of concrete for right now, I will be perfectly okay with that. So what I thought I'd do is kind of finish this out by heading over to my slime farm and doing some digging, at least until I need to repair my pickaxes, and see how much I can accomplish with that for the rest of the episode, and maybe do it kind of in the form of kind of a quick time lapse, not third person, but a quick time lapse, and chat a little bit about different things and see where we go. So let's see how much we can get done with the durability we've got left. Alright, so in today's kind of quick time-lapse chat thing, I just wanted to talk to you all about some different things. Coming up in the next few weeks with the channel, I'm planning on, continuing to do the various different, updates to the Life Aquatic and building up the bases and doing all those things as I've already mentioned. But I'm also looking for some ideas for different things to do for the redstone or technical side of the channel. And if you know, there's a few things that I like to do. I like to make tutorials, and I think some of the tutorials that I've made have been very useful to some people, and that's really great. Unfortunately, because I'm on PS4, sometimes people run into an issue where something that I've designed here doesn't necessarily work for them because they're on Bedrock or they're on some other console edition where the rules are slightly different, because they're all different in some crazy silly way, and I'm probably sure one day that we'll all be on the same system and it'll work pretty decently that way. But something I'm interested in is what are some ideas for things that you guys would like to see on the redstone or technical side? I definitely know that there's some different designs I want to try to work up. Like, I've never designed a witch hut or which farm. I'm kind of working around with some ideas around that. I've never really played around with some other aspects of the game. Like I've never made a flying machine or anything like that, so it'll be interesting to try to figure out these types of things. But what would you be interested in seeing? I kind of started the idea of doing some like mundane task type things, and how could you automate or take something that's a mundane task and flip it around. And I've got a couple ideas from some commenters about different things like feeding livestock or harvesting livestock things, and I'm kind of interested in playing around with some of those ideas. But I would love to hear some of the comments about what types of technical or redstone things you would love to see in this on this channel as I continue to expand and grow, because I definitely want to make content that you all find useful and helpful, and I like making tutorials for PS4 because it's kind of sometimes hard to find those out in YouTube world, where it's dominated by Bedrock and by Java Edition things, which don't always work for us over here, just like sometimes I'm sorry that the things I make don't always work for you guys on yours. So that's kind of point one. Point two that I'd like to talk about. So one of the things that's been keeping me from Minecraft for the last couple of weeks is Kingdom Hearts. And I know a couple weeks ago I talked to, or not a couple weeks ago, a few episodes ago in a time-lapse chat, I talked about how much I love the Kingdom Hearts games and how much I was looking forward to it. And Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, came out about 2 weeks ago. And I have put in about 35 hours into it or so, and I haven't quite beaten it yet because I'm trying to find all of the little lucky emblems and things. But man, it's interesting to play something that you've waited 14 years since the last, numbered installment to come out. And I'm trying to figure out whether I enjoyed it or not. So if you'd like to hear my Kingdom Hearts review, please leave a comment down in the description, or down at the bottom. And the next time I do a time-lapse chat, I'll review the game, because by then I should have beaten it. But I think that's about the end for the time-lapse. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you later. So, about 30 minutes later, as the sun is rising off in the distance, I've nearly broken my Silk Touch pickaxe and my Silk Touch shovel. So we're going to call it not a bust, but a quits for today. I did manage to dig, I think, 3 more layers out. We only have, I don't know, 20 more layers to go. I have to check the coordinates and see exactly how much you got. But I did manage to get this much coal, so we're going to tear through this with our Fortune 3 pickaxe really quickly and see how much coal we get out of this. But thank you so much for joining me for today. I'm excited to be back after a little bit of a, kind of a crazy couple weeks, and excited to be back to making videos and thinking about what's some new tutorial videos and things I should be making in the next couple, episodes or so. That's not too bad. Let's pop up here and see all the materials that I got. So just in that little short mining session, we got this entire container here filled with, okay, that's better. Let's see, so we got this entire container here filled with a lot of stone, because I used my Silk Touch, some iron ore, sand, diorite, dirt, and all that kind of stuff, and then even started to get up here into this little area with some cobblestone and dirt as well. But thank you so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun today, and kind of working things out over at the base over there, and kind of checking out some of the other projects that I've got running here in this world, and digging out, or starting the process of digging out, this massive, what will be a massive future slime farm. But thanks so much. This is, if you really enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you want to see some more like this, please subscribe. And thank you so much for all the continued support. I think just since the last video, we've jumped almost to 100 new subscribers. So thank you to everybody for joining me here on this channel. It's been a lot of fun making videos, and I hope you all continue to enjoy it. But this has been The Great Escape, and I will see you next time.